Hey everybody, welcome back to React TCG. Before we get into our next pack of death battle videos, I just want to take a quick moment to show you this. Death battles come back. I'm going to play this and then I'm going to say some more stuff, so just bear with me. I'll, have one of those timestamp things down here at the bottom. It will say like intro or something and then where the fight actually starts if you want to skip all this. So, do that if you want. It's only been a month.
Hell yeah! Bring it on, asshole!
Reckless idiot!
No match!
Is that the best you can do?
Alright, so that goes by really quick. But basically, February 8th, they're coming back. This is the first matchup. It's going to be one battle every 4 weeks, starting from February 8th. Now, if you've been watching for a while, I react to these in groups of 5. I don't plan to just react to death battle videos. I just did them first because they're easiest. There is a point where if I keep doing these in groups of 5, I'm going to end up with a video that's only going to have like 2 or 3 death battles. So I'm hoping before that happens, this and a couple more death battles will come out. And if not, hopefully I can find something else to react to. Which is why I kind of wanted to just take a moment, comment down below. If you've got stuff you want, you want to see me react to, tell me about it. You don't have to give me 5 videos. I can find other videos to go with that stuff. But, if you've got something, put it in the comments. I'll check it out. That was it. So that being said, let's get rid of this crap. And, we'll get right into the death battles. First up, we got Shredder versus Silver Samurai. I think I'm going to go with Shredder for this fight. Silver Samurai, when it comes to Marvel Comics stuff, kind of weak sauce in my opinion. Now, I'm sure there's some Silver Samurai fans out there I just offended. Maybe. I don't know. But, yeah, I don't really think he's got what it takes to beat Shredder. He's constantly taking on the turtles and stuff. He's got his super Shredder form. I think he's going to end up winning this. But we'll see what the feats say. And that being said, let's get right into this.
Hundreds of years ago, the samurai and the ninja battled across Japan. And these two fascinating ways of combat have been at odds ever since.
The Shredder, the sharp and shiny arch-villain of the Ninja Turtles.
And Silver Samurai, the mutant swordsman who can slice through anything.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Beneath the streets of New York City, a secret battle wages between 4 humanoid turtles and a ninja covered in blades known as the Shredder.
A kitchen utensil?
Many legends surround the Shredder's origins. Some say he's the reincarnation of an ancient Japanese warrior. Some say he's an alien disguised as a man. And some say he's a bumbling idiot who sounds like Uncle Phil.
Oh, come on.
But I don't want to conquer this place. I want to conquer Earth.
I want to conquer Earth. Fucking whining motherfucker.
Either way, every legend agrees on one thing. He's an absolute badass.
Before he was called the Shredder, he was Oroku Saki, a member of the
Real name, Oroku Saki, 6'6", 280 pounds, leader of the Foot Clan, rival to Hamada Yoshi, who, if you know your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles lore, is the guy who ended up becoming Master Splinter. Is a master of ninjutsu. His favorite meal is turtle soup, and he bounce house's worst nightmare. That's just straight up facts.
The Japanese ninjutsu Foot Clan. He trained alongside his rival, Hamato Yoshi.
They weren't just rivals in martial arts, but in the search for love as well. They both pined for the lovely lady Tang Shen, but unfortunately for our future Shredder, she only had eyes for Yoshi. Hamato Yoshi, not the dinosaur.
I know that feel, man. I know that feel. I'm sorry, Shredder.
That'd be weird.
Jealous, Oroku Saki attacked Yoshi, but in his rage, accidentally struck down Tang Shen.
Leaving Yoshi and his beloved for dead, Saki took over the Foot Clan and began a worldwide crime spree under his new name.
Now you face
The
the
Shredder.
Shredder.
You know, I wonder, did he mean to name himself after a cheese grater? Speaking of which, if his armor didn't make it obvious enough, Shredder's got a weird spike fetish. This guy's got him all over his legs, arms, shoulders, even his head.
That headpiece, the Kuro Kabuto, is a relic passed down through the Foot Clan for over 1,500 years. Forged from the totems of the clan's defeated enemies, it was formed into an alloy that's stronger than steel. Plus, it just looks awesome.
Obviously, his armor is also
Tekko Kagi claws, the Kuro Kabuto helmet, katana, smoke pellets, laser sword, super shredder form, which gives him superhuman strength and durability, teleportation, and the ability to summon lightning. Like, see, that's what I'm talking about. I don't think he's gonna have, this. I'm pretty sure Silver Surfer, or not Silver Surfer, Silver Samurai can teleport too, but this evens the playing field in that regard. This should be more than the freaking samurai can handle, and he can't do anything to summon lightning or negate lightning, I don't think.
a kick-ass weapon, and he can cut anyone down with the Tekko Kagi claws on his wrists.
Which literally translates to back of the hand hooks.
Perfect for backhanding. It doesn't cover all that much, but he needs freedom of movement because, he's a ninja. Plus, would you want to get anywhere near a guy covered in razors? Yeah, I don't think
No.
so.
Ninjutsu is comprised of 18 separate disciplines, and Shredder is
Think so.
Hold on.
Ninjutsu is comprised
Unarmed combat, sword fighting, stick and staff fighting, throwing blades, spear fighting, naginata fighting, chain and sickle weapon, pyrotechnics and explosives, disguise and impersonation, stealth and entering
of
method,
18 separate disciplines, and Shredder is
horsemanship, water training, military strategy, espionage, escaping and concealment.
a master of all of them. This
Oh, there's two at the bottom there.
comprised of 18 separate disciplines, and Shredder is a master of all of them.
Meteorology and geography.
This includes stealth, espionage, pyrotechnics, horsemanship, and plenty of weaponry.
Yeah, like swords, spears, bow staves, and throwing weapons. But it's not like he needs them anyway. He's skilled in unarmed combat, too.
Now a master of his craft, the Shredder led the Foot Clan to New York City.
Where he found out Hamato Yoshi wasn't quite as dead as he thought.
As a matter of fact, Yoshi had transformed into a rat person and was raising 4 adolescent genetically altered shinobi terrapins. But that's another story.
Okay, hold on, question. If you didn't know that he was already a rat that was alive in New York City, raising the Ninja Turtles, why did he go to New York City? Like, why did he leave Japan with his Foot Clan and go to New York City? If you know the answer, comment below, I guess.
Altogether. With his hatred reinvigorated, the Shredder swore to end his lifelong enemy once and for all.
Every time Shredder fought these Ninja Turtles, he proved why he's the leader of the Foot Clan. I mean, he's strong enough to tear through steel.
Fought and disarmed 8 mutants at once, moved faster than the eye could see, survived Leatherhead's bite, once touched lava, damn. Threw an oil tanker as Super Shredder, survived a 1,000-foot fall, can cut through steel, and defeated multiple Triceratons.
shipping containers with his claws, chop down trees in one sword swing, and throw around mutants several times his size like they're nothing.
One such mutant, Leatherhead, weighs well over 300 pounds.
Alright, I know that's the official weight according to some toy, but look at him! Compared to the turtles, he should weigh half a ton.
Either way, the Shredder survived Leatherhead chomping down on his midsection.
The alien attack destroyed everything. I was left alone in a drifting steel prison. 10 days of...
The femur, the strongest bone in the human body, breaks at a pressure of about 1,700 pounds per square inch. A normal, unmutated American alligator can bite with a force of nearly 3,000 psi. And Leatherhead's bite is surely stronger.
Meaning Shredder should have split in half. But nope, he was back up kicking some leather butt literally 5 seconds later.
The Shredder is a cunning strategist and talented warrior. He's fought 8 mutants in combat all at once, disarming every single one of them. What's more, while intimidating an Italian mob boss and his bodyguards, he did this. The most well-trained human eyes are capable of detecting movements occurring in 1/220th of a second, meaning Shredder's slash could have been even faster than that.
But sometimes Shreds needs just a bit more juice to get the job done. Literally, when you see him crack open a green one, he's not doing it to hang out with the boys.
In times of desperation, Shredder is known to resort to risking it all by consuming mutagen,
transforming him into Super Shredder.
He must have drank all of it. It's a Super Shredder.
Shout out to the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies, man. Those were great. Well, the first one was good. The second one was alright. Third one was kind of... But I mean... I'm not here to review movies. I'm here to watch people fucking fight to the death. At least this time.
While this form has given him different enhancements in different iterations, it usually grants him immense strength, inhuman durability, and even teleportation and the power to shoot lightning.
You know, that's probably because mutagen's not an exact science and it's bound to get random at times.
That's true, Boomstick.
I did a science!
Good job.
Well, he's toughed out a sword shattering against his skin and even falling around 1,000 feet onto a steel beam. Man, you'd think this guy would never lose anything, ever.
But
you'd also be super wrong.
Shredder has his fair share of downsides. This includes a weakness to garbage trucks.
whoop.
Newborn infants.
Hey, baby.
The power of music.
Okay, bro, what? What the fuck is... Okay, comment below if you know what the fuck this shit is. What the hell is this crap going on? I've never seen that shit.
A strange fascination with eating his enemies.
Tonight I dine on turtle soup.
And wood.
Jeez, were the 90s always this stupid?
Yes. Yes, they fucking were, Boomstick.
Yeah. Thankfully, despite his failures, the Shredder keeps getting back up. Faster, stronger, and much more terrifying.
I mean, back.
True battle.
Like, look at this fucking menacing ass fucking suit, man.
Stop.
Look at this shit. You wanna fight that? I don't wanna fight that. Silver Samurai is going down.
Now.
In feudal Japan, a samurai wasn't your typical bodyguard. He was trained in the art of war, and would only serve the elite upper class. Honor was the samurai's currency.
But for the Silver Samurai, Kenoichiro Harada, currency was just regular money, because that shit's useful.
Born into the Yashida clan, Harada was the son of...
Real name, Kenshio Harada, 6'6", 310 pounds, leader of the Yashida clan. Rival to Wolverine bullshit. You are not the rival to Wolverine at all, motherfucker. The rival to Wolverine is fucking Sabretooth. Classified as a mutant, illegitimate son of a crime lord, and then once encountered John Belushi on SNL. Bro, what?
a powerful Yakuza crime lord. Unfortunately, he could never inherit his father's empire for himself, because he was born illegitimately. A bastard.
Wow, wait, no need to throw insults around, Wiz.
No, the literal definition of Move on.
No, don't move. The actual definition of bastard is someone who was born to parents like that weren't wedded or were out of wedlock or whatever. You know, I'm a bastard too. He wasn't insulting him. It's just facts. Though he is a bastard too, on top of that. You know, every sense of the word. Fuck that guy.
As his judgment aside, without a clear future, Harada decided to, well, become a samurai, because why not? They're pretty cool, right?
Unfortunately, the way of the samurai no longer had a place in the present.
No
Harada
shit.
knew that in a world full of absurd superpowers, he would need to dedicate his life to the art in a way never seen before.
He wouldn't just be a samurai, he'd be a silver samurai.
Yep.
Well, blinged out
Why silver and not gold? Like, why go for second best? You know what I mean? Whatever. His choice.
like Exhibit's rims, he picked up on a few fighting styles. Not too many. Just Bajutsu, the art of horseback, Bujutsu, military strategy, Eijutsu, the sword-based quick draw, Tanto Jutsu, knife fighting, Ninjutsu, being sneaky, Kyujutsu, which is archery, and, well, Jujutsu and Karate Do, which are both forms of unarmed combat.
Freaking Shredder knew, like, all of those and more, I'm pretty sure.
God, how many more jutsus do you think he can fit in his brain? I didn't even know there were that many.
At least one more, Kenjutsu, the art of Japanese sword fighting. After all, what's a samurai without a katana at his side?
Dead, that's what.
Fact.
In order to keep living, he had to get really good with swinging that sword.
Luckily for Harada, he soon learned he had one of those absurd superpowers for himself.
Yep, he's a mutant.
Now who's being insensitive? Harada
Yes,
has the
okay.
ability to generate a tachyon field. With it, he can enhance his sword, allowing it to slice through almost anything.
Even ghosts!
In real life, tachyonic fields are hypothetical particles with mass, which travel faster than light, a definition which may explain how Harada's cutting ability works.
So he uses his power on sharp objects. Well, that's too bad for everybody in Silver Samurai's way, because he carries a lot of them. He's got throwing knives and
Katana, throwing knives, Kenjutsu mastery, teleportation ring, steel plate armor, and tachyon field, which generates energy field to enhance his blades, can cut nearly anything, and can be activated from afar.
American ninja stars on hand for long-range attacks. And of course, he always carries that katana.
He's wielded many different swords, including the legendary Muramasa blade. However, he's not too picky about what kind of sword he carries.
With his power, any blade Harada carries instantly becomes one of the most dangerous swords on the planet.
Harada has one more trick up his sleeve, a teleportation ring. With it, he can warp around the battlefield for unexpected strikes, and it makes for a good getaway.
Though he almost lost it once to John Belushi. You know, the guy from Saturday Night Live.
Oh my god, another fucking hack.
Jocelyn told me about.
And also, like, bro, comic books are fucking weird, man. I feel like I say that a lot, but they are fucking weird.
It once. It was weird.
After years of hard work, Harada was truly a masterful warrior. However, he still struggled to defeat one opponent.
The Wolverine.
Who killed his dad and got engaged to his sister. Ah, the shame combo. Oh, and she was next in line to rule the Yashida clan. Man, a triple.
Needless to say, a little miffed, Harada challenged his own sister for the right to run the clan. And he won! After she was poisoned by an unrelated third party.
Sometimes life just works out, Wiz.
I guess a win's a win, and that wouldn't be his last one. He's incredibly deadly in battle.
Cut to a stone column without his tachyons. Overpowered Daredevil, She-Devil, and 2 Jungle Cats at the same time. Led Big Hero... Wait. Whoa, hold on, what? Led Big Hero 6. Hold on, I gotta specify. Now, here we go. Wow, they look way different. Look at this shit, man. Yeah, Silver Samurai was the leader. Or field commander or whatever. Secret Agent Honey Lemon. Tough Talking Go-Go. Boy Genius Hero. Baymax, a synthetic bodyguard capable of forming into a dragon. Using the brain waves of his dead father. What the shit? Oh, Sunfire. Here we go, members. I want to see, okay, Wasabi and Fred. Oh my god, he actually turned into a fucking monster. Nicknamed Fredzilla, revealed to be descended from a group of indigenous people from Japan. Joined with the other new member. Yeah, he can actually transform. That's fucking way better than the movie, man. That's awesome. Why would they change this shit? Yeah, so this is from me. Go check out the fucking Big Hero 6 comics, apparently. That shit is crazy. That's way cooler than the movie. The movie was already pretty awesome. So yeah, led Big Hero 6 and his clan, sliced a bullet mid-flight, served Hydra, the Avengers, the Yakuza, and Japan's Prime Minister, and defeated Spider-Woman and Doombringer, whoever the fuck Doombringer is.
He's so fast he deflects bullets with his sword, and once even sliced a speeding bullet completely in half. In this instance, the gunman was standing 15 feet away when he fired the bullet at approximately 1,400 feet per second. This means that Silver Samurai was able to reach for his sword and accurately cleave the bullet in two in just over 1/100th of a second.
Even if he didn't chop it in half, his armor is totally bulletproof. Shoot, it even let him survive a friggin' building falling on top of him. But without his armor, he survived taking a sword straight through the lung and getting run over by a car from the f***ing Jetsons.
He's no slouch on the battlefield either. He's knocked Spider-Man unconscious, shaken off hits from Cannonball, and even defeated Spider-Woman in combat. At one point, he was dogpiled by Daredevil, She-Devil, along with a cheetah and a panther, together likely weighing over 600 pounds in total. And he threw them all off in one big push.
And he's always fighting with his #1 rival, Wolverine.
Speaking of which, while some may boast that Harada is the greatest swordsman in the world, Wolverine's frequently proven to be his better.
Yeah, he may be good with his blade, but his battle strategy isn't quite as sharp. Also, his bulletproof armor doesn't cover everything, as seen here.
Well, even that was merciful compared to what happened when he went up against the 4 Black Samurai. Although Harada defeated them all against impossible odds, he ultimately succumbed to his wounds.
And when he arrived in Hell, Harada met the devil, who promptly killed him again by cutting off his head and smashing his corpse into mush with a soul-destroying sword the size of a school bus. Damn! Never let it be said the Silver Samurai isn't hardcore.
Last chance, Harada. Yield. The Silver Samurai yields to no man.
Bro,
What if you could
a
unlock
fourth
your body's
fucking
hidden
pad. Are
potential,
you fucking
whether you're
kidding
18
me right
or
now?
80?
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
First, they're gonna do a fucking Blue Apron ad.
Super Shredder.
Damn right, fucking tell him. Whoa. Nice, disappear. These motherfuckers are fast. Oh shit. Oh, I got him. Yeah, Super Shredder, bitch. Oh, hold on. Bro's fucking face. Oh shit, I'm fucked. Oh damn. Bro cut lightning. Oh. Oh. Guess that's KO. Whoa, bro. Oh.
I bet Shredder would.
Oh. And then on top of that, the fucking, like, what the shit? Why was that so brutal? Fucking chopped off his arm, threw his sword through his face, chopped off his head, crushed his skull, and then he gets killed by the devil again in hell. Bro, what the fuck?
Go far if he took up darts.
Both Shredder and Silver Samurai were incredibly tough, capable of withstanding tremendous amounts of pain. Harada's armor may have been tougher, but it had plenty of exposed weak points which a fighter as precise as Shredder could exploit.
Silver Samurai could throw around 600 pounds of people and cats, which is technically stronger than anything Shredder's done. But Shredhead's handled equally mighty mutants plenty of times, like Leatherhead.
While the Silver Samurai's teleportation ring did make him harder to track, he's always preferred to use it as a means of escaping a battle, not really engaging in one. Even when he did use it during combat, his moves were often predicted by more experienced opponents.
This guy likes to come at me from behind. Just trying out one of your tricks, Tin Man.
Given Shredder's talents and history, it's reasonable to believe he could do the same.
Still, with Harada's Tachyon blade and Shredder's ninja precision, they only needed to land one fatal hit to finish the fight. So the real question was, who could land the killing blow first?
Silver Samurai's best speed feat, slicing an incoming bullet, clocked in at 1/100th of a second. Shredder's faster than eyesight feat measured at 4 thousandths, making him over 2 times faster than Harada. To be blunt, Shredder's fastest known attack was quicker than Harada's fastest known defense, proving that Shredder could deal a killing blow first.
Or, he could just turn into Super Shredder and beat the shit out of him. I mean, Super Shredder can lift and throw a giant oil tanker like it's a beach ball at a rave.
That's probably heavier than 600 pounds of people and cats.
Looks like Shredder was too much for Silver to Tachyon.
The winner is the Shredder.
Next time on Death Battle. Oh, nice, we got a bit of a funny one. Alright. Smokey the Bear versus McGruff the Crime Dog. Obviously, I'm going with Smokey the Bear. I mean, if this is a bear, it's a bear versus a dog, guys. Come on. Pretty obvious who's gonna win. But I don't know. Maybe they've got crazy abilities or whatever. We'll see. But first, before that, let's try and minimize the ads. I'm going to try and do this.
You read that right. High-quality 3D models, just one click with Treepo. Details beyond imagination. Any type of model, no problem. Stylized textures, effortlessly.
And hopefully, we'll get less ads. Doubt it will do anything, but we'll see. Anyways, like I said, going with Smokey the Bear. Let's see what kind of crazy abilities these guys fucking have.
When it comes to public service, two animals have gone far beyond the call of duty.
They're known throughout the world as the symbols of safety. So let's make them fight to the death.
Smokey
yeah.
Bear, the firefighting mascot of forest safety.
And McGruff the crime dog, taking a bite out of crime wherever he goes.
He's whizzing on boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. In 1944, America's forests faced an ever-increasing threat. With nearly 16 million men battling Nazis overseas, little manpower remained to combat the spread of forest fires. Every year, 30 million acres of trees would go up in smoke.
Damn, that's even more trees than Snoop Dogg can burn.
America needed a new hero, someone who could prevent these disastrous blazes from occurring in the first place.
And then along came a lovable cartoon bear named Smokey.
So remember, only you can prevent forest fires.
As a mascot, Smokey Bear did what he could to inspire the American people. He even partnered with Bambi to teach the ways of fire safety. However, Smokey was still merely a dream, a figment of imagination, until one fateful day in the Capitan Mountains of New Mexico.
What do you know? A forest fire broke out. The mountain trees were annihilated in a blaze so intense the 30 firefighters called to action were almost incinerated. Thousands of forest critters either fled or died. All but one.
Atop a smoldering tree clung a lone survivor, a small black bear cub. His paws burnt, his family lost to the flames.
So after firefighters rescued him, there was only one name that fit. Smokey.
Well, first they named him Hotfoot Teddy, but they couldn't waste such a great PR opportunity.
That's actually pretty fucking crazy. That's a pretty crazy backstory. Full name, Smokey Bear. Formerly known as Hotfoot Teddy. 8 feet tall, 350 pounds, born in New Mexico, is an American black bear, married to Goldie Bear, and created in 1947 by Albert whatever the fuck, Stahaley.
Adopted into the National Zoo at Washington, D.C., young Smokey became the living symbol of fire prevention. They even made an animated short of his new official origin story, and it's pretty horrifying, actually.
The public adored young Smokey. He received so much fan mail, he had to get his own zip code. And since then, Smokey has successfully helped prevent forest fires and promote fire safety for over 70 years.
And boy, oh boy, has he done a good job.
Drown your campfires with water. Make sure it's totally wet. Then stir and drown again.
Indeed, in just the first 20 years, annual forest fire damage dropped over 80%.
Yeah, thanks to Smokey's advice, I've never started a forest fire in my entire life.
I don't believe that.
To my knowledge, I mean, I've had plenty of opportunities.
Well, I'm impressed. I didn't think you took anybody's advice so seriously.
Why wouldn't I take Smokey's? This guy started a fire safety club, picked up...
I mean, fair. If you can get Boomstick to listen, dude's got some skill.
ventriloquism, and even taught the Addams family to put out fires.
Oh,
you know,
shit.
the people who love pain and things that are generally bad for you.
He's befriended the creatures of the forest, much like a Disney princess.
That is impressive. Alright, shovel, claws, stealth expertise, camouflage mastery, size alteration, can potentially reverse time, omnipotence concerning wildfires, and the strength and speed of a bear. Because, he's a fucking bear. Which is what I'm saying. He's gonna beat this guy. He's a dog with the speed and strength of a dog.
And even infiltrated Disney itself to teach their characters about fire safety. Also,
Yeah.
unlike most mascots at the time, he successfully protected his dignity through the toughest social experience in recent history, the 90s.
Respect the forest. Protect our trees. Oh, what I do. This isn't me.
Smoke, we agreed you'd talk to kids in their language.
I know, but I'll just give it to them straight.
Oh, and in case
Thank you for just giving it to us straight, Smokey. No one wanted to hear you rap. Thank you.
you forgot, he's also a goddamn bear.
An American black bear, to be precise. The largest black bears are over 7 feet tall and exceed 800 pounds, which seems to match Smokey's own size.
Smokey's got plenty to fight with, like his razor-sharp claws, his trusty shovel, and enough muscle to rip your arm off Chewbacca style. And then you have to worry about fighting a bear that's armed.
Was that a pun? It wasn't even bear-related.
Wiz, you can't even bear the amount of puns I've got. What have you got?
As if. Unlike Boomstick, Smokey isn't one to just do the bear.
God damn it, they're gonna have a bear pun fight. God damn it. This... It's gonna be a long episode, isn't it?
Bare minimum. In fact, bears in general are quite durable creatures thanks to their stout anatomy. Including facts if, unlike Boomstick,
bear the amount of...
Was that a pun?
Alright, comment below who you think wins. Not based on the numbers, but based on how good their puns are.
It wasn't even bear-related.
Wiz, you can't even bear the amount of puns I've got. What have you got?
As if. Unlike Boomstick, Smokey isn't one to just do the bare minimum. In fact, bears in general are quite durable creatures thanks to their stout anatomy, including a skeleton so stable it endures long hibernation without withering.
You better believe Smokey is strong too. Bears his size can break trees and flip over boulders weighing more than 350 pounds. When he was just a cub, Smokey even smashed this shitty little house to bits.
He's surprisingly stealthy, able to
save millions of acres of forest, can run over 30 miles an hour, lifted over 700 pounds, smashed a house down, beat a gorilla, influenced the Addams family, prevented a barren apocalypse, and survived the 90s with his dignity intact.
sneak up on people in broad daylight with barely a sound. Also, black bears can run up to 30 miles per hour.
Bad.
That's what makes the bear cavalry so dangerous. Aside from that, he's accomplished many unbelievable feats to keep the forest safe, like manipulating time.
And also when he disguised himself as a woman without bearing any resemblance to his real body.
What the shit?
Boomstick, why don't you introduce his greatest feat with your baritone voice?
Prepare yourself, because Smokey can magically grow so large he's bigger than Godzilla. Look at the size of him.
All just to emphasize a point. Much like how I'm owning this unbearable pun war.
Oh, I'm still going. I hope you brought some sort of non-perishable snack, because I can do this all day. You're gonna be so embarrassed when you lose.
No, that'll never happen when it's me versus you.
Ha! You missed a bear pun. You're out.
Ursus is Latin for bear, moron.
Yep.
Ah, damn it! You know Latin's my weakness. If only I was a bear, then my only weakness would be bear traps, bear repellent, and bear mace. You know, shit that people had to make to stop bears since they're so unstoppable.
There are some techniques to increase your chances of surviving a bear attack. Some say you can punch your arm down their throat to induce uncontrollable vomiting. Although I wouldn't recommend that because you're definitely going to lose your arm.
And it's gross.
Honestly, all you can really do is make yourself look as large and intimidating as possible.
Now, I know a foolproof way to escape a bear. You just gotta be faster than the guy next to you.
Well, it's a good thing Smokey chose a life of education and isn't chasing people down. The last thing you want after you is an 8-foot-tall bear with a giant shovel and a grudge.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Smokey.
You hear that, guys? Only you can prevent forest fires.
I gotta get back to the forest.
Let me take you on a trip back to the late 1970s, also known as the feel-good decade, a time where individualism and personal liberation took center stage. But not everybody took that as a sign of peace.
Yeah, domestic crime was getting bad. Like, really bad. At the turn of the decade, the American people made a hero to save them from themselves.
Bro.
A dog in a trench coat.
This canine began his campaign modestly enough, but he needed a name. After 8 months of polling, he was given one, along with an unforgettable slogan.
Take a bite out of crime.
McGruff, the crime dog.
Focused and determined to make that bite count, McGruff hit the streets hard and fast. In just a year, more than 50% of Americans had seen at least one McGruff advertisement.
It's because teenagers are the victims of over 2,000 violent crimes by strangers every day. You can help stop it.
That's because he was willing.
Full name, McGruff the Crime Dog. 6 feet tall, 155 pounds, bloodhound, product of the War on Crime, wears a cool trench coat, and created in 1979 by Jack Heel.
To get his job done by any means possible, even if it meant ultimate embarrassment. He used commercials, cartoons, comic books, video games, musicals.
He even released his own anti-drug album with such classic singles as Crack and Cocaine.
Oh my god.
'Cause nobody's needing that crack and cocaine, making a mess of your mind.
And Inhalants.
You'll be suffering pain. 'Cause inhalants kill.
Yeah, it's real.
Okay, before they're probably gonna say it's real bad, and some of it is, but I mean those songs didn't sound all that bad. They could have been a lot worse. I've heard way worse songs, guys.
Really, really bad.
As McGruff's plan generally targeted children rather than current criminals, it required patience and time. But it worked. Over the next few decades, crime dropped exponentially. The next generation of America was smarter and safer.
Now, some of you are probably thinking, hey, you can't prove McGruff was responsible for all of that. And I say to you, can you prove he wasn't?
Regardless, McGruff...
I mean, he's got a point. You know, I can't prove one way or the other that McGruff the Crime Dog fucking did anything. But I mean, he was there. And what he wanted to happen, happened. So, I mean, regardless of whether or not he actually influenced it, mission accomplished.
Certainly had a massive impact, leading the charge against crime.
I mean, that's seriously impressive, considering all my dog does is sit around licking his balls.
McGruff's not just any dog, he's a 6-foot-tall bipedal bloodhound, a dog breed known for their excellent sense of smell.
Superhuman perception, circle of respect, reality switch, a monster truck, time-stopping capability, presumed police training, omnipotence concerning crime, speed and strength of a bloodhound. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, even with all this other stuff, he's still a bloodhound going up against a bear. Like, I don't think he's winning this, guys. I'm pretty sure Smokey is turning this guy into his next fucking meal.
An extremely powerful bite, and floppy adorable ears. Scaling him to your average bloodhound, McGruff can likely run 45 miles per hour, jump 10 feet high, and bite with enough pressure to break bones.
And unlike my dog, McGruff wears a cool trench coat, which not only protects him from the rain and cold, but gives off a neat detective vibe.
However, unlike Thailand's Air Chief Marshal, Mr. Fufu,
rest in peace, buddy.
True story, McGruff doesn't appear to hold an official police rank. He calls himself a pre-tective, which is just as fake as it sounds.
Oh wait, if a crime hasn't happened yet, then how does he know to stop it? That's like some Minority Report shit.
He possesses a certain set of skills to do so. He has a keen eye for details and context clues. He's exceptional at analyzing and predicting potential crimes in progress.
Damn.
So he can predict what's gonna happen with a few context clues, but that doesn't mean much if he can't stop a mugging or whatever.
Luckily, McGruff has plenty of tools and talents. When someone's in trouble, McGruff's circle of respect creates a force field.
Which is apparently the perfect defense against bullies.
While he's not an official member of the police force,
Reduced crime nationwide, can run 45 miles per hour, which is actually faster than That's faster than Smokey. He can only run 30 miles per hour. Released a music album. Performed or approved by 8 out of 10 Americans. That's actually pretty good, because Americans do not like to agree on things. Defeated numerous bullies. Impressive video editor. Bites can snap bone. And can drive despite being a dog. Well, I would hope so, otherwise his monster truck is useless.
Of course, he's been hanging around officers for decades, so it's not unreasonable to believe he's picked up some police combat training.
Being your own dog has its perks. For example, McGruff's car isn't a standard beat-up police cruiser, it's a friggin' monster truck! This bad mamma jamma is based on a 2010 Ford Super Duty with 540 cubic inches of gas-guzzling badassery.
Definitely an upgrade over his original 96 model, though I'm not sure what this has to do with preventing crime.
Screw preventing crime! This beautiful beast prevents all kinds of other stuff, like boredom, being a little sissy, and small European cars from going unsmashed. That's enough for me.
Ironically, despite his skills and claim to stop crimes before they happen, he's more of a counselor than a protector, and doesn't actually step in all that often.
No, but he doesn't need to when he can freeze time!
Ah yes, McGruff is famous for pausing time and breaking the fourth wall to discuss an ongoing potential crime. Unfortunately, while pausing time, McGruff does not seem capable of interacting with the world around him.
That's Jenny, but that's not Jenny's dad. If she gets into that car, that may be the last time you'll see Jenny.
Then do something.
He doesn't even bother saving Jenny from her kidnapper.
Which means he was right! That was the last time we saw Jenny!
Still, McGruff's campaign has been wildly victorious. It's safe to say he succeeded in taking a bite out of crime.
Oh my god, we didn't even mention the reality flipping switch he has in his office! What the hell is up with that thing?
I'm McGruff the crime dog, and I'm here to help take a bite out of crime.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, I've got a public service announcement for you. It's about food.
Oh. That was kind of something other than Blue Apron for once, but no. Alright. Here we go.
Remember, kids, fire is a dangerous tool which should never be left unattended. Well, time to go.
What a dick.
Only you could have prevented that forest fire, fool.
Alright, hold on. Sorry, just that's the thumbnail. That's gotta be the thumbnail. Alright.
You should learn to respect your surroundings. I'll show you respect.
Oh shit. Like your respect, man.
Remember, kids, if you're about to be mauled by a bear...
Wow.
Stupid dog. Take a bite out of this!
Oh, you're dead.
Not even you can prevent this! Remember, kids. Remember me.
Oh, I will remember you, McGruff. I'm sorry you died.
The Looks like McGruff had a rough time out there. Smokey was clearly the stronger combatant thanks to being a giant bear, really.
McGruff wasn't totally outclassed. His greater speed and smaller size made the battle quite tedious for Smokey. But that's about it.
Yeah, he couldn't compete with Smokey in anything else. It's like my grandpappy always said, why have a guard dog when you can get a guard bear?
But what truly mattered in this battle were their unique abilities, and in that, McGruff didn't stand a chance. When McGruff paused time, he couldn't affect the world around him, while Smokey has shown that he can.
And really, what are you gonna do against a bear that can grow to the size of a mountain?
So, bear beats dog, Smokey's powers were superior, and ultimately Smokey had far more options to take McGruff down for good.
Smokey was just more than McGruff could bear. Ha-ha! One last bear pun! Suck it, Wiz!
The winner is Smokey Bear.
Alright, and as for the puns, you know what? Yeah, I think Boomsticks was probably better puns, except for that one, the Ursa one that Wiz did. That was pretty good. Pretty good pun. Alrighty, up next we got Thor versus Wonder Woman. I think Wonder Woman will probably win, because Wonder Woman's weakness is swords. Like, he uses a blunt object. I don't think he's going to be able to overcome Wonder Woman. Especially if her bracelets come off. They really hate that this noise all the time.
The different pantheons of gods and goddesses have always been rife with conflict, and these heavenly wars can last for centuries.
Like with Thor, Norse champion of Asgard and son of Odin.
And Wonder Woman, Greek warrior of the Amazons and daughter of Zeus.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. This is the Realm Eternal, root of the world tree and noblest of the 9 dimensions, Asgard.
Like a protector for your butt?
Shush. Asgard. Since ancient times, this colorful realm has been inhabited by warriors so powerful, many believe them to be immortal deities.
And they sort of were, but being immortal in Asgard is a funny thing. See, every few thousand years, these fellas go through a little apocalyptic event where everybody dies.
Then they're born anew with only vague memories of their previous lives. This is the cataclysmic event known as Ragnarok. And Asgard's newest king, the All-Father Odin, was determined to break this cycle.
So he fathered the best damn warrior the realms had ever seen. The mighty Thor.
Thor spent most of his life living among his people and defending his realm from its enemies.
And he was good at it, like really good. He's their tank and DPS all rolled into one when it comes to raiding other realms. And boy, does he look the part.
Real name, Thor Odin's son. Alias, God of Thunder, or Donald Blake. It's complicated. 6'6", 640 pounds, Asgardian prince, son of Odin and Gaia, has 2 pet goats named Tooth Gnasher and Tooth Grinder, and was once turned into a frog. Yeah, like I said, comic books are weird.
This guy is 6 feet 6 inches of pure muscle, and possibly lead because he somehow weighs 640 pounds.
Thor was trained by the best in Asgard and has proven his mettle across multiple worlds. He helped found the Avengers and has defeated everything from giants to demons to other gods.
As a real-life god, Thor is super strong, super fast, and super durable. And even on those
super strength, super speed, near invulnerability, a healing factor, earth manipulation, his warrior's madness, and all tongue, which allows him to be understood universally.
Rare occasions when he does get hurt, he patches up real quick with his healing factor.
And of course, being the god of thunder lets him control lightning and even the earth itself.
But Thor isn't complete without his iconic arsenal. He wears the Belt of Strength, which doubles his already impressive might, and he swings around the most awesome tiny little hammer you've ever seen.
Mjolnir is an ancient weapon. 65 million years ago, it was forged by dwarves by harnessing a star. Its construction was so intense, it caused the star to explode, and its fiery remains eradicated the dinosaurs.
Talk about metal!
Speaking of metal, Mjolnir is forged from Uru, an extremely durable iron-like ore that is highly susceptible to enchantment. Mjolnir in particular is enchanted to house a cosmic storm powerful enough to shake black holes. And yes, the wielders of Mjolnir can access the storm's powers, including levitation and control over weather.
Never wanted anything so bad in my life.
Unfortunately, only those the hammer deems worthy.
Weather manipulation, flight, energy projection, energy absorption, teleportation, returns to the wielder when thrown. I'm not gonna attempt to pronounce those, guys. And his belt doubles his strength.
He can actually wield it, or even pick it up for that matter. You must be pure of heart and noble of mind, or else it won't even budge.
Well, lucky for Thor, he's worthy of adding Mjolnir's awesome power to his own. And with their powers combined, nothing can stop him.
Thor has easily tagged Quicksilver, who at his best can run around 670 million miles per hour. And Thor can move even faster than that when his hammer is dragging him around.
Yeah, that's a thing. Thor doesn't really fly on his own in the same way people like Superman or Captain Marvel do. Instead, he literally chucks his hammer as hard as he can and hangs on for dear life as it takes him for a ride.
Thor has said Mjolnir is fast enough to reach the edge of the universe in 60 seconds. This means it can travel at least 350 trillion miles per hour.
Huntress, sir. She not posing. She's searching. Cats already know target.
Shut up.
Or over 500,000 times the speed of light.
Don't let go, Goldilocks. Hitting pavement at that speed might hurt even you.
He'd be fine. He can withstand a dip in the sun, where it can be over 27 million degrees Fahrenheit. And while he was knocked unconscious, he did survive a bomb capable of planet busting, equal to a force of over 53 quadrillion megatons of TNT.
I'm more impressed that he lifted this giant-ass snake. Look at that thing!
The Midgard serpent is massive, capable of wrapping around the entire Earth twice. It stretches nearly 900 miles wide and 50,000 miles long. By comparing it to the largest living snakes, the 550-pound green anaconda, we can estimate the Midgard serpent weighs about 17 trillion tons.
Hold on, Wiz. I know my snakes, and it looks like that Midgard serpent is actually constricting the Earth. By squeezing prey, a snake can apply pressure 16.
Lifted the Midgard serpent, tagged Quicksilver, KO'd the Phoenix Force, shattered planets, survived a planet-busting bomb, endured 17 days of torture, destroyed a helicopter while depowered, and defeated Juggernaut, Silver Surfer, Iron Man, and the Hulk.
Times its normal weight. So Thor didn't just lift a really heavy snake, he outmatched 272 trillion tons of force.
That is correct, Boomstick.
Goddamn right it is.
It is important to stress the unbelievable power Thor possesses. So much so that in fights with other godly beings, whole worlds can shatter. If it ever comes to it, he can even enter a state of warrior's madness. While he loses some control doing this, his power increases tenfold.
Why did we put this guy up against Raiden again?
Well, Thor's cocky.
Because, one, the fans suggested it, and two, they were both gods of lightning and thunder and shit. So it matched up thematically. Like I said, not all of the death battles are, 1-to-1. These people are equal footing. Sometimes it's just, hey, these people have similar traits or similar abilities, let's make them fight. And then you look at their feats and it's like, oh shit. This dude's about to get fucked.
Attitude has put him in all kinds of trouble. He's even lost Mjolnir's power more than once as a result.
Yeah, the hammer isn't invulnerable, and if Thor's holding on to it, its enchantment can even be tricked. Like that one time the Hulk used his own hammer against him by moving his arm. Why, you hitting yourself?
So to teach Thor a lesson in humility, Odin banished him to Earth, transforming him into a handicapped human.
You call that a handicap? That's a limp. I'm over here with a friggin' shotgun for a leg, and I'm not even allowed to park in those special parking spaces.
Still, it turns out sending Thor to Earth was all part of Odin's plan to alter the cycle of Ragnarok, as such a thing had never been done before. And it worked! 4,000 years after the previous Ragnarok, Armageddon was stopped for good, and the gods were free. All thanks to Thor, and a giant time-traveling floating sentient eyeball, but mostly Thor.
Can't make this stuff up.
I accept your surrender.
You really can't make this shit up, man. Comic books are just fucking weird.
Legend has it that lost among the waves sits a solitary island called Themyscira, shrouded in secrecy and inhabited solely by women.
Hey Wiz, guess what's my new #1 vacation spot?
They will literally fucking murder you, Boomstick.
Despite their paradise isle far from civilization, the women of Themyscira are more dangerous than you'd think. They are Amazons, immortal warriors created by the Olympian gods. Their mission? To spread the peace and justice of the gods to a barbarian world.
And ship anything to you for free within 2 days.
If you pay an annual fee.
But a bunch of...
Come on. Really, guys? Not the same Amazon.
Centuries later, they were kinda out of the loop. These chicks had never even heard of shotguns before.
Until the day a military plane crashed near the island. Determined to reconnect with the world and establish peace once again, the Amazons held a tournament to select a representative.
The final test requiring each lady to block a bullet from just a couple yards away. Damn, they don't mess around.
The winner was one of their youngest, a brave woman known simply as Diana.
And that's how she became the Wonder Woman.
Due to her warrior heritage, Wonder Woman was trained for...
Real name, Diana Prince. Diana... The Prince is a alias. I guess. I always thought that was her actual last name. Whatever. Her real name was Diana. Also known as Diana Prince, Goddess of Truth. Approximately 6 feet tall, 130 pounds. Is an Amazonian princess, daughter of Hippolyta and Zeus. Has dated both Superman and Batman and ran for president twice. I did not know that, actually.
From a very young age in just about every aspect of combat you can imagine.
Because what else she gonna do on that island? She's a master with swords, axes, spears, bows, shields, hell, pretty much anything that isn't a gun.
Her Amazon physiology grants her super strength, super speed, heightened wisdom, and the ability to heal from most wounds almost instantly.
And she can fly, just like Superman. How else do you think she'd get around?
Flight, super speed, super strength, near invulnerability, master of close combat, rapid healing, and suspended aging. And yeah, I mean, seriously, that freaking the invisible jet thing was so stupid, guys. So dumb.
An invisible jet? That's stupid. How'd you even remember where you parked it?
To further improve her deadliness, she carries a rather unique arsenal, among which are her iconic bracelets of submission.
Ah, that sounds like some weird BDSM shit.
Well, they kind of were, but the universe has been reset more than enough times to change all that, thank God.
Right. Anyway, those bracelets are her greatest tool for defense.
Forged by the smith god Hephaestus using the remains of Zeus's legendary Aegis shield, the bracelets are impervious to nearly anything, including gunfire, demon lightning, and Kryptonian heat vision, which can be hotter than the sun.
They can summon Zeus's lightning, or even the indestructible Aegis they were made from.
To avoid collateral damage, the bracelets also suppress some of Diana's strength. Taking them off vastly increases her godly power.
Oh, and she can use them to summon weapons like her magic sword.
Also forged by Hephaestus, this sword's edge is so sharp that it can slice through microscopic atoms.
What if you could unlock your body's hidden potential, whether you're 18 or 80?
This means a precision strike from Wonder Woman can cut through nearly any material.
Man, this asbestos god makes some top-notch stuff. Wonder if
Yeah, he's the smith of the gods, and like literally is the god of smithing. Bracelets of submission, deflects bullets, summons Zeus's lightning and his shield. Summons weapons, restricts her full power. They spelled Diana wrong. Delana. Magical sword can slice through atoms, lasso truth, gold armor, and a tiara which acts as a boomerang.
he does commissions.
Well, he's not responsible for Diana's final weapon, the lasso of truth.
This unbreakable whip has the power to make anybody it touches tell the truth. Bad news for any cheating boyfriends she might have.
What other depraved thoughts must you be thinking?
God, your daughter's got a nice rack.
Shall I kill him now?
I mean, you kind of forced him to say that, and he's also not wrong.
Now, my queen.
Of course, she doesn't need weapons to prove her awesome combat skills.
According to Batman, Diana is the greatest melee fighter in the world, which is no small feat in a universe with people like Karate Kid, Deathstroke, and Batman himself.
Did you say the Karate Kid? Man, Daniel-san's
God damn, is he a superhero now? What the fuck?
really moved up in the world.
The point is, Wonder Woman is a master martial artist who's trained all her life. And while she has no official birth date, we do know she was born during the age of the Roman Empire, specifically when they employed centurions. Including the additional time she spent fighting in Valhalla before going back in time, this means Wonder Woman must be about 3,000 years old.
All things considered, she looks pretty damn good for her age. And that's more than enough time to become a master ass-kicker. It also helps that she's pretty darn quick. She's kept pace with Superman and defeated the speedster Professor Zoom while blind.
At one point, Wonder Woman was battling an ancient god who had fragmented himself into trillions of pieces, each spread to different corners of the universe. And while he summoned his pieces back at faster than light speed, Wonder Woman was able to stand in his way and block all of them.
That's insane! I mean, she's moving so fast there's like a bunch of her.
Moving thousands of times the speed of light can do that. In fact, she's moving so fast she's probably breaking all manners of quantum physics.
She's also ridiculously strong. She punched Doomsday into literal dust and helped pull the Earth around.
The Force needed to move.
And see, that's what I was saying in the fight against Doomsday, with like Hulk versus Doomsday. She punched him to dust once. There was no way Hulk was just going to overcome him with brute strength, and that's all the Hulk has.
An object out of the sun's orbit equals around 1,000th of the object's mass, including the Earth itself. Assuming Wonder Woman was pulling her fair share, this means she can lift 2.2 quintillion tons.
And Grandpappy Boobs.
Once broken into the Fortress of Solitude, tanked a nuclear warhead, helped move the Earth, survived an artificial black hole, held back Super Doom, withstood multiple infinite mass punches, blocked pieces of the Shattered God, defeated Ares, Zoom, Mongol, and Supergirl. Like, yeah, just look at that list of feats, and then go back and look at Thor's list of feats. Wonder Woman's gonna kill him. Thor's gonna die today, guys.
Dick always told me women were the weaker sex. I don't see him lifting a third of the Earth.
She's also incredibly tough. Nuclear explosions hardly even faze her.
Oh yeah, she punched a warhead and tanked it point blank. And then one day, Superman, who can see atoms, decided to split one to test her magic sword. Surprise, surprise, it literally blew up in their faces. Wacky antics.
Even more impressive was her fight with Zoom, in which she took several light speed punches which, according to her fellow Justice League member The Flash, hit like a white dwarf star. That would equal 2 billion megatons of force.
Unfortunately, Wendy's not invincible. She's got her own kryptonite, and it's a lot more common than radioactive alien rocks.
Her durability holds up well against almost everything, except for piercing weapons.
Which just seems like an unacceptable weakness when you're that strong. Knives, swords, spears, any kind of blade will do the trick, but especially bullets, which is probably why she's gotten so good at blocking them with those bracelets.
Unfortunately for swordsmen and sharpshooters, Diana doesn't go down easily.
In fact, a good stabbing is more than likely just gonna piss her off. And that's when you learn just how dangerous Wonder Woman can really be.
She did the same thing that fucking Kratos did.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first...
Well, first, there's going to be an ad for Blue Apron. And here we go. Oh my god, at least it's happening at the beginning. Hopefully that means I won't interrupt the fucking fight later. Go kick his ass, Wonder Woman.
You! No man can enter Themyscira unannounced.
Stand down, wayward maiden. This sort of thing never turns out well for women like yourself.
Ooh, shouldn't have said that.
Oh. I don't think you've ever known a woman like me.
You are undone!
Incredible. Time to stop holding back, Diana.
Hey, don't hold back. Look at that.
Mighty tornado!
Any more than that, there. Damn, this one's fucking awesome, guys. The animation is so good on it.
Such reckless abandon. Poor misguided fool.
Feel heaven's wrath!
Oh, got her ass. Just gonna pull some dynamite shit. Just jump back, right? Oh shit. Oh, blow up our moon, yeah, sure. Fuck our oceans, I guess. Dick.
Never shall the god of thunder relent!
You will to
When
me!
yeah, when you die.
I'll kill you! I'll kill you dead!
Excuse me?
Oh, shit. Take off the bracelet.
What?
Oh, damn. There we go.
You're not worthy.
KO.
KO! Whoa, go Wundy! Looks
Yeah.
like somebody's been watching too much Game of Thrones.
Thor and Wonder Woman matched each other in some surprising ways. Their weapons were enchanted, their years of experience were similar, and even their super modes did almost the same sort of thing.
But Lady Wonder had a couple big things going for her, like her speed. Sure, Thor's fast enough to tag Quicksilver, and his travel speed with Mjolnir is just stupid fast. But Wonder Woman's shown that she's even more stupid fast in combat over and over again.
Such as when she blocked trillions of God shards flying at her from the edges of the universe, most likely faster than any speed Mjolnir was capable of. She was even able to catch Zoom in her lasso, despite how he wasn't just running ahead of her in physical space, but he was also ahead of her in time. Wrap your noggin around that one.
Thor's durability was greater than Wonder Woman's, but the difference in strength was a different story. In fact, when comparing their Earth and Snake feats, she was 8,000 times stronger than him. But the final nail in Thor's coffin was their choice of weaponry.
Mjolnir may have been tough for Diana to defend against, but it couldn't exploit her weakness to piercing weapons. Meanwhile, Diana's magic sword could slice at a microscopic level.
Which is what I was saying at the beginning. Her weakness is like swords and bladed weapons, but he uses a blunt hammer. Maybe if he was using his axe, it might have been a different outcome, but I doubt it.
Thor couldn't possibly be prepared to defend against.
You could have skin so tough that you can take a bath in the sun no problem, but it won't do a damn thing to a blade that can literally sever your atoms.
Ultimately, while many of their talents were evenly matched, Diana's speed, strength, and weaponry proved too much for Thor Odinson.
Yep, he was done, Thor.
The winner is Wonder Woman.
Great movie, by the way, too. The first one. Good movie. Anyway, we got two more of these. So what's up next? Up next we got... Naruto vs Ichigo. This should be good. We'll see. I mean, there's been more Bleach stuff. So it'll be way stronger in the battle that happens on February 4th. But we'll get to get a little bit of a preview at what Ichigo is capable of during this fight. That being said, I'm going with Naruto, just because he's who I know better. I was never really a big Bleach guy. I watched all of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, though. Didn't watch Boruto, but I hear it's bad. I mean, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. That's just what I've heard. So, let's get into this one. Got two more to get through today.
The Holy Shonen Trinity, the Big Three. Any longtime reader of Shonen Jump will recognize these, some of the biggest titles in manga and anime history.
And it's time for two of those shonen heroes to throw down.
Naruto Uzumaki, ninja prodigy of the Hidden Leaf.
And Ichigo Kurosaki, the enormously powerful Soul Reaper from Bleach. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Konoha, the village hidden in the leaves, is a pretty quiet town.
Not what I'd expect for a city full of ninja. Still, there was at least one troublemaker.
You wouldn't expect a city full of ninja to be quiet? That's like the one thing I would expect, bro.
Among the bunch, the #1 knucklehead ninja, Naruto Uzumaki.
I'm home, everyone! Naruto Uzumaki has returned to the Hidden Leaf Village!
Hell yeah.
Orphaned at a young age and ostracized.
Naruto Uzumaki. 5'10", 112 pounds. Nature affinity is wind style, which means he can pretty much only use wind style jutsu, if I remember right. That's like how the system works in Naruto. Jinchuriki of Kurama. Okay. 7th Hokage of freaking Konoha. That was just Konoha. I guess the one place is called. Yeah, sorry. It's been a little bit since I've watched it. Make fun of me in the comments if you want to, but stuff like that isn't super important. Anyway, enjoys ramen, red bean soup, and watering plants. Okay.
By his peers, Naruto may have been mischievous, but he had great aspirations. His goal was to become the town's Hokage.
Which is a fancy word for ninja governor.
The only way Naruto could reach such a prestigious position was to excel in ninja school.
Like Ninja Harry Potter, though he should really find a place that'll teach him not to dress like a clown and run like a real human being. What does he think he is, an air?
Okay. Go watch, was it a film theory or a game theory? I think it's a film theory because it's an anime. Go watch the film theory that proves that the reason they run like this, like for us, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't help. But for them, they're moving at such speeds that doing that like decreases drag or something and makes it so that they can run like faster. So it makes sense. Like I said, go watch the film theory, they explain it better.
Plane?
Actually, his posture likely decreases wind resistance,
Oh,
which
see?
could be beneficial when moving at superhuman speeds where angular momentum is a smaller factor.
So, yeah.
I remember when you ran like that in middle school.
Fuck you, Boomstick. Go fuck yourself.
Hey, that was for research.
Sure, Wiz. Anyway, while Naruto wasn't the best student, he still tried his hardest to reach his goal. But
Oh, we're starting to get these now. Naruto failed to graduate from the academy 3 times.
first, he'd have to learn how to control his chakra.
In Buddhism and Hinduism ideologies,
Large chakras reserves superhuman strength and speed, accelerated healing, trained by Kakashi, Jiraiya, Fukasaki, and Killer Bee. Or Fukasaku and Killer Bee. Chakra styles. All 5 nature styles. Earth, fire, lightning, water, wind. Wait, he can use all of them? Then why did it say, I guess wind is the best? Oil, magnet, lava, formerly, and yin and yang styles.
chakras are, in simplistic terms, gates within the human body which can be opened to achieve enlightenment. But the ninja in Naruto's world had a slightly different interpretation.
I'll say, they weaponized it. Naruto can use chakra for all sorts of flashy attacks. He can heal himself, seal monsters away, walk up walls, or even stand on water like a ninja Jesus.
He's learned a number of chakra techniques, or jutsus,
Gesundheit,
and even developed a few new ones of his own.
Bro.
His signature move is the Shadow Clone.
Oh. Shadow clones, transformation. Oh god. If you know, you know. Summoning Rasengan, Rasengan Barrage, Ultra Big Ball Rasengan, Planetary Rasengan, Sage Art Magnet Release Rasengan, Wind Style Rasengan, Wind Release Rasen Shuriken, Ultra Big Ball Rasen Shuriken, Sage Art Lava Style Rasen Shuriken, Repeated Rasen Shuriken, and Tailed Beast Ball Rasen Shuriken. God damn, this dude has more fucking moves than Goku.
Own jutsu, where he can copy and paste himself over and over and over again.
Unlike the standard clone technique, shadow
Oh my
clones
god,
are
he's got
tangible.
more. Yes, fucking more. Taijutsu, Shinobi, Kumit. He was trained by shinobis and frogs. That's what they're trying to tell you, okay? Can counter Genjutsu. Has kunai shurikens, explosive tags, demon wind shurikens, and flying Rasen kunai.
With their own combat capabilities. By dividing his chakra between himself and his clones, it's nearly impossible to distinguish the real Naruto from the fakes.
And he can get pretty tricky when he makes thousands of them. But
Naruto is extremely adept at developing complex shadow clone strategies on the fly.
when strategies can't save the day, he can always just beat his opponents down with the Rasengan.
By spinning chakra in his hand, Naruto creates a compact ball of energy which can blast through solid stone. While the Rasengan usually takes years to learn, Naruto figured it out after training for just over a week.
He's invented more Rasengans than Willy Wonka's invented candies. But
yeah, that's just facts. That's what I was saying, man. He's got more moves than fucking Goku. He previously required at least one shadow clone to assist in creating a Rasengan, but has since learned how to form them on his own.
his top pick is the Rasen Shuriken. By combining the Rasengan with the element of wind, he uses it to turn the spinning ball into a spinning blade. This baby can trap you in a vortex of wind so sharp, it'll mess you up at a cellular level.
Yeah, basically because of fucking blade of death.
Naruto has plenty of other techniques up his orange sleeves, including summoning, substitution, and transformation jutsus. He can even transform into a naked woman.
God damn it, I can't believe they showed it.
Looks like he's been studying. I guess that's one plus side to not having parents. You don't need to worry about anyone walking in on you.
While most individuals have chakra, everyone has a limit. The more physical and spiritual energy one possesses, the more chakra they'll have at their disposal.
Just like the gas tank from a chainsaw.
Thanks to his heritage, Naruto already has a great deal.
The Uzumaki clan was famous for their strong chakra, long lifespans, and rapid healing abilities, as well as their expertise with sealing techniques.
Of chakra. Even still, he has far more than he reasonably should, all thanks to the beast within.
Yeah, he's got a monster in his stomach.
Let's backtrack a few years.
Yeah.
On the day of Naruto's birth, his village was attacked by a chakra beast known as the Nine-Tailed Fox. A monster so destructive, a mere swing of its tails could level a mountain. In desperation, the Hokage at the time sacrificed himself to split the Nine Tails in two, sealing one half within his own son, Naruto.
So his first ever birthday gift to his son was a giant pet fox that can destroy cities? I wish he was my dad.
Eventually, Naruto discovered how to communicate with the Nine Tails.
They didn't get along at first. Foxy would threaten to eat Naruto. Naruto would whack him over the head with a big shrine gate. You know, typical roommate drama. Still, they eventually became friends, and Naruto learned the fox's name was Kurama.
Afterward, Kurama willingly shared his chakra with
aka the Nine-Tailed Fox. Immeasurable chakra reserves, formerly split into yang, yin and yang halves, can sense negative emotions and natural energy. Techniques: Tailed Beast Ball, Chakra Shockwave, Wind Style Jutsu, and Fire Style Jutsus.
Naruto on a regular basis. And as a being composed of chakra, Kurama's reserves are gigantic.
With so much power at his fingertips, Naruto can enter a bunch of different super forms. First up is Sage Mode, which sounds like something he'd learned from an old wise man or wizard, right? Nope, he learned it from a frog.
Okay, but he learned it from an old wise frog sage guy.
This state increases all of Naruto's physical...
Tailed forms. Sage Mode gathers natural energy and senses his surroundings. 6-path Sage Mode has truth-seeking balls and gives him power of flight. And Chakra Mode. Tailed Beast Bomb and can summon Kurama as his avatar.
Abilities. Furthermore, Sage Mode allows Naruto to perceive the entire area around him and tap into naturally occurring energy via Senjutsu.
He can enhance his chakra attacks by adding natural energy, but if he's not careful, he'll turn into a frog. No, I'm not kidding.
With Kurama's chakra, Naruto can enter multiple tailed beast forms, which drastically increases physical prowess and energy output.
Best of which is the Nine Tails Chakra Mode. Flame on! It got even better when he befriended Mr. Fox, upgrading to the stronger, faster, tougher Kurama Chakra Mode.
Chakra Mode grants Naruto extra protection, a sense for negative emotions, and the ability to create additional chakra arms.
Whoa, that's a lot of hands! Gotta wonder what kind of things he does with those, right?
Would you stop insinuating things, Boomstick, you fucking jerk? Anyways, he's capable of creating at least 9 chakra arms simultaneously.
Overwhelming attacks, extra maneuverability, creating Rasen shurikens, the works.
Yeah, that's not what I was... creepy tiny hand!
He can also shroud himself in a 9-tails-sized avatar and use...
Tiny hand!
The fuck was that,
man? Rasen shurikens, the works.
Yeah, that's not what I was... creepy tiny hand!
He can also shroud himself in a 9-tails-sized avatar and use Kurama's ultimate attack, the Tailed Beast Bomb.
Oh my god.
So destructive, it can level a mountain range.
Scaling the other Tailed Beast, the Tailed Beast Bomb's maximum output is around 5 teratons of TNT.
And for his final form, it's spoiler time. Pay attention, cause...
Okay, let's choose character. She hot,
Let's
but I'm not sure I can
choose
fight
character,
with her.
you stupid fucking orc.
Need muscles to fight,
Shit.
you know?
Yeah. All this chakra stuff started with an alien named Kaguya, who ate a fruit which basically created chakra. Later, she got all murder happy, so her son stopped her. One of these sons, the Sage of 6 Paths, had his own son named Ashura, and Naruto is a reincarnation of him. So yeah.
Fucking anime, man. The only thing that can be more complicated and more weird than fucking comic books is manga and anime. Alright, moving on.
Yeah. Naruto's kind of an alien.
Through this connection, Naruto was gifted the most divine form of energy, 6 Paths Chakra. With it, he can enter 6 Paths Sage Mode.
His strength gets boosted even more. He can fly, and he can use truth-seeking balls, which are orbs of chakra that can transform into weapons and destroy anything they touch.
He can combine all these forms and further add natural energy to his Kurama avatar to form 6 Paths Ashura Kurama Sage Mode.
What the fuck?
Good God, that's a confusing amount of forms. Anyway, Naruto is also an expert in hand-to-hand combat and could run faster than the eye could see when he was just 12 years old.
He's dodged a lightning speed punch from the 4th Raikage, a feat.
The speed of a lightning bolt's return stroke is 220 million miles per hour, or 354,055,000 kilometers an hour.
Considered comparable to his father, who could teleport.
He even dodged this light speed loogie.
According to the 4th data book, this Light Fang attack does indeed move at light speed, over 670 million miles per hour.
He's tough enough to survive getting stabbed, have his soul ripped out, or get smacked in the face with a beam that can slice the frickin' moon apart.
Yeah. Damn.
He's fought multiple tailed beasts at once.
Pulverized Madara's meteorites, dodged Madara's light fang, tanked Tonore's moon-slicing blast, survived a 1.25 mile or 2 kilometer drop. Kurama defeated Hamura's golem, powered through Amaterasu, fought Madara's limbo shadows, defeated Gaara, Pain, Kabuga, Tonore, and of course Sasuke, because you always gotta beat your rival at least once.
Lift a statue weighing several hundred tons, survived a fall from the clouds, gone toe-to-toe with invisible limbo shadows, and pulverized 6 falling meteorites simultaneously. His chakra is so tough he can power through Amaterasu, a fire jutsu with flames so strong they burn other flames.
He could even make new eyeballs for blind people. What's up with that? Oh, and in his final fight with rival and possibly closet boyfriend Sasuke, their opposing power was so great they obliterated miles upon miles of land, changing the weather and disintegrating a lake.
Only then, after defeating Sasuke, saving the world from Kaguya, and reuniting the split halves of Kurama, Naruto finally achieved his dream and became Hokage.
But he's still pretty dumb. I mean, he named his son Burrito.
Boruto.
Yeah, close enough.
I'm not gonna run away. I never go back on my word. That's my ninja.
My ninja way. Hell yeah. Also, comment your favorite Naruto character down below, I guess. Mine would be probably... I don't know, there's a few I like. Probably Shikamaru. I totally... I vibe with him, Just wants to relax, play some shogi, watch the clouds, and everybody's always coming around, telling him his friends fucked up and he needs his help. The dude just wants to relax, but he's gotta save his friends, because what kind of asshole would it, right?
Shinigami. It may sound like a foreign word to some, but you all know what it is. The Death God, the Grim Reaper of Souls.
And a 17-year-old ginger with a badass sword.
Ichigo Kurosaki seemed like a pretty normal kid growing up, doing well in school and learning martial arts from his father. Except there was one little oddity. He could see ghosts.
Oh, it's like the kid from The Sixth Sense.
I see dead people.
One day when he was 9 years old,
full name Ichigo Kurosaki, height 5'11", approximately 145 pounds. Home is Karakura Town. Substitute Shimigami. Not even gonna attempt that. Some sort of kimono. Trained by Urahara, Uchi, Hirori, and Aizen.
Old and walking home with his mother, young Ichigo noticed what he thought was a girl about to fall into a river.
So naturally, he ran over to rescue her like the brave little kid he was.
Except it wasn't really a girl at all. It was a hollow, a monster spawned from an abandoned human soul, and it promptly killed his mother.
Bummer. Reminds me of how I lost my poor mama Boomstick. Oh, she always hated that ghost in the barn.
Right. Well, Ichigo remained ignorant of the truth until years later, when he met a woman named Rukia, who held the illustrious job title of Shinigami, or Soul Reaper, a guardian of the dead who...
Shinigami was translated to Soul Reaper for most English-speaking audiences. Makes sense.
Keeps balance in the universe by helping those who have passed move on to the afterlife. Otherwise, they'd turn into violent hollows.
And if you show up late to work and it doesn't work out, the Soul Reaper can always cut hollows down with their awesome swords, like samurai ghostbusters. Anyway, the two of them got into a bind, and Rukia had to share some of her power with Ichigo. Turns out, he was a surprise Soul Reaper all along. Convenient.
When accessing his Shinigami power, Ichigo leaves his physical body for a new one made up of Reishi, or spiritual matter, which makes him invisible.
Okay. Reishi is the primary component of all spiritual matter. It makes up all spiritual bodies and naturally exists in the atmosphere, just like oxygen.
To anyone in the living world, despite still being physically present.
And his new powers make him super deadly. He can move with blinding speed, cut
Immense spiritual pressure, superhuman strength and speed, master swordsman, Getsuga Tenso, Getsuga Jusho, Flash Step, Buven, and Grand Ray Serial.
They're giant monsters with ease, survive being punched through whole city blocks, and even fly through the air.
It's more accurate to say he walks through the air, using naturally occurring reishi as footholds.
But let's get to the dicey part of his getup, that awesome sword. It's a Zanpakuto, a blade connected to its owner's soul. It may look like an oversized steak knife, but it's a Soul Reaper's best friend.
Every Shinigami possesses a Zanpakuto.
Name. Zangetsu. Two swords, two spirits. Quincy Zangetsu. Former name, Yawak. Manifestation of his Quincy heritage. A piece of Yawak's soul. Hollow Zangetsu. Former name, White. Ichigo's original Senpaku spirit can activate holification fused with Ichigo's Shinigami power. Bankai Tensai Zangetsu.
Zanpakuto spirit within themselves, which manifests as their sword. Ichigo's is called Zangetsu. Well, both of them are.
Oh, here we go. Strap in, because this shit's about to get crazy.
It's anime. Of course it's gonna get fucking crazy.
Ichigo actually has two different Zanpakuto spirits drawn from his weird and confusing heritage.
Of course.
Alright, so long story short, Ichigo's a Soul Reaper because his dad is too. But he's also part Quincy, which is a human with reishi powers, because that's what his mom was.
Okay.
But he's also part Hollow, because his mom was possessed by a Hollow called White, and White got passed on to him when he was born. Oh, and he's also part Fullbringer, but nobody cares about Fullbringers.
One of Ichigo's inner spirits is a manifestation of his Quincy side inherited from his mother, while the other is a fusion of his Shinigami power and the Hollow. Unfortunately, Shinigami and
the Quincy Zangetsu even limited Ichigo's Shinigami power in an attempt to keep him from fighting. Obviously, that did not go as planned.
Quincy go together like oil and water.
While trying to find a balance between these two sides, Ichigo learned plenty of neat techniques, like his bread and butter attack, the Getsuga Tensho.
God damn it, you ruined it.
By concentrating his Reiatsu, or spiritual pressure.
Reiatsu is a physical force formed when applying spiritual energy to offense or defense. Some pressure auras are so strong they disintegrate ordinary humans with their mere presence. Damn, sounds pretty cool. Might have to watch Bleach at some point.
Through his sword, Ichigo can launch a massive slashing attack.
Call it like it is, Wiz. It's a sword beam, and Ichigo can charge it up, fire from up close, or even blast two of them at once.
From his Quincy side, Ichigo has used Blutvina, a temporary defense which grants inhuman durability. From his Shinigami training, he developed exceptional sword skills and learned Shunpo, or Flash Step, which greatly enhances his speed.
But there's one really big deal we haven't talked about yet.
Over the course of his career battling hollows and protecting his friends,
Shikai, Bankai, boost power by a factor of 10. Holification, complete hollow, wizard hollow, Bastalorde, merged hollow plus Quincy form, Dangai, final Getsetsu Tenso, and sacrifices power to use Mugetsu.
Ichigo has attained many different superpowered forms, starting with the base Shinigami form,
Fullbringer, improves physical attributes, Fullbring Shikai, Fullbring Bankai, Skullclad requires assistance, True Shikai wields 2 Senpakos, and True Bankai.
Shikai. Despite essentially being Ichigo's base, this form is strong enough to block an attack from the Sokyoku, said to have power equal to 1,000,000 Zanpakuto. The Blarm Shikai. Many different superpowered forms, starting with the base Shinigami form, Shikai. Despite essentially being Ichigo's base, this form is strong enough to block an attack from the Sokyoku, said to have power equal to 1,000,000 Zanpakuto.
The next step was Bankai. Normally it takes 10 years to reach this form, but Ichigo did it in just 2 days.
Ichigo is often praised for how quickly he can learn and adapt to situations and new abilities.
Like a boss.
When using Bankai, one's power can grow anywhere from 5 to 10 times greater. And according to the official databook, while in Bankai, Ichigo moves like lightning.
Wait, why does his sword shrink when he goes Bankai? Shouldn't it be bigger since he's stronger?
Technically, yes, but Ichigo can control its size to keep it more manageable. If Shinigami couldn't minimize their blades, some would have swords the size of skyscrapers.
Awesome! Anyway, the hollow inside wanted a piece of the action too, so Ichigo gained a new power boost with a swoopy hollow mask. This form is strong enough to lift 5 iron pillars, each weighing nearly 100 tons.
Though if he's not careful, the hollow can take control of his body, sending him into a violent berserker state commonly referred to as Vastolorde. Despite the lack of consciousness, Vastolorde Ichigo could heal quickly and was strong enough to overcome Ukiura, who's powerful enough to nuke a city.
After some quality training with his dad, Ichigo got a sort of second Bankai, which most people call Dangai Ichigo. In this form, he shattered mountains with...
Casually obliterates mountains, wrecked Warholt Palace, survived Azin's Frigor and Hado 90, blocked the Sokoyoku, fucking goddamn. My tongue is breaking down from all the fucking Japanese names, man. Punched through whole city blocks, lifted 5 93-ton iron pillars, defeated Kenpachi, Aizen, Ginjo. Not even gonna attempt that one, Yawak.
Without even trying, he broke through the Black Coffin attack, which distorts time and space, which sounds like a black hole. Right after that, he survived a shot so friggin' big, the explosion could be seen for miles.
By comparing this crater to those left by real-life bomb tests, I'd estimate the attack to have a maximum explosive yield of 814 kilotons of TNT.
Goddamn. Stupid fake-ass games. Man.
That's like Ichigo surviving 54 little boys to the face. No, I meant the bomb.
Phrasing, Wiz. Come on.
From 1945, not the... Oh, God. No, that's attack to have a maximum explosive yield of 814 kilotons of TNT. That's like Ichigo surviving 54 little boys to the face. No, I meant the bomb from 1945, not the... Oh, God.
Well, try as those little boys might, all it did to Ichigo was burn his arm. And he didn't even care. This guy isn't the type to give up.
For his ultimate attack, Dangai Ichigo literally becomes the Getsuga Tensho itself. I know that's confusing, but just roll with it. To summon the incredibly powerful Mugetsu.
Which busted up one of the biggest baddies in the whole series. But it also sacrificed all of Ichigo's powers. Well, that's a raw deal, but 17 months later, he managed to get them back with Fullbringer powers, which enhanced his physical abilities. But then he lost those too.
It's worth noting that while in Fullbring Shikai, his normal sword swings were as strong as his old Getsuga Tensho.
But he still didn't give up. After training with some top-tier Soul Reapers and eating some food which gave him Super Reiatsu, the moment came. In the most epic quenching of all time, an entire sea disintegrated to form his new true Shikai, complete with not one, but two Zangetsu swords.
Finally balancing the Shinigami, the Hollow, and the Quincy within, Ichigo had reached his full potential. He tamed his Vastolorde form, merging it with his Quincy side. In this form, he can combine his Getsuga Tensho with one of the strongest Hollow attacks, the Gran Rei Sero.
He also made a trip that normally takes a week in only 9 hours and 15 minutes.
And last but not least, he achieved a brand new level of Bankai.
Of course.
Which was immediately crushed by some old dude who planned to destroy the universe named... Ewok?
It's probably inspired by the Hebrew name for God, Yahweh, and the katakana ends with a sharp k sound, so... Yowok?
Yeah, what you gonna do? Well, we can assume this Bankai worked similar to his old ones, increasing his physical speed and strength along with his Reiatsu tenfold. Even without his Bankai, he still cut Mustache Man to shreds.
And then he lived happily ever after.
Yeah, right.
Until his kid became a Soul Reaper.
Yeah, what'd he name him? Bichigo?
What? No, it's Kazui.
I might have got it mixed up with the other, Enchilada Kid or whatever.
Close enough.
Now I'm Ichigo Kurosaki, substitute Soul Reaper. And I'm combining my powerful spirit energy with this blade in order to protect my friends!
All right, the combatants are set.
Alright, come down, it's pretty cool, so comment down below, if I should check out Bleach or not. Seemed kind of cool. I guess while you're down there, I won't know who they are, but comment your favorite Bleach character too.
Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, did you know that Naruto and Ichigo are...
Yeah, they're based off food, blah blah blah. Blue Apron. Let's get to the interesting part, come on. Here we go.
What's that energy? Is that a hollow?
Naruto, I sense a presence. Naruto, wake up.
Whoa, he's invisible!
You can't see me? Good.
Oh, Naruto's in there.
Quit running, coward!
Naruto, keep moving. I'll direct you.
I hope he wins. The last time we had a Naruto character.
I see you.
That's great.
Bring it on! Getsuga Tensho!
Get that.
Really?
Bad.
Yo,
oh, shit.
Not bad, but I'm still gonna beat your ass. Give me a freaking break.
Yeah, finish it.
Is that the best you can do?
Oh shit. Oh my god, of course it has to do an ad right there. Did he fucking die? What happened? Bro.
Screw you, bastard!
Phew! Who was that guy?
Alright, you don't even need to comment. I'm gonna check it out just because of that. Dude was standing up against a giant fucking monster fox about to attack him with like 3 different attacks. And he picks up a stick and just goes, bruh, come at me. Like, who the fuck does that?
KO! Damn, even without his powers, Ichigo never gave up. What a badass.
Sorry,
even without...
I love the reference. Fucking Chuck Norris and fucking Psychotus, like, just fucking fighting. Oh my god.
his powers, Ichigo never gave up. What a badass.
Sorry, Bleach fans. I know you all really wanted to win, but unfortunately, this wasn't it.
Naruto had better training, a broader arsenal, and a better healing factor. And Ichigo's invisible ghost body didn't really matter.
Shinigami may be invisible, but they're still present in the physical realm and can be touched by normal people. Kurama can locate individuals by simply sensing their emotions, and Naruto's even seen his own soul before.
And with Six Paths power, he could see and fight Madara's Limbo clones, even though they were...
Technically, he couldn't see Madara's clones, but he could sense their presence and movements to a degree that allowed him to hold a fist.
on a totally separate plane of existence.
Also keep in mind that while Chakra and Reishi have fairly different uses,
they're also comparable in the fact that they access naturally occurring energy.
They both contain spiritual energy.
Let's talk speed. Naruto can dodge light speed attacks and can move faster than lightning. A lightning bolt's return stroke is 220 million miles per hour.
The return stroke is the light traveling down a jagged ladder of ionized air, creating the flash.
1/3 the speed of light. Ichigo has also displayed lightning-fast speeds, and even greater.
Near the end of the series, Ichigo took a trip that should have taken 7 days, but instead took 9 hours and 15 minutes.
It's likely Kirigi here was referencing his accomplice's speed, like Ichibei, who can knock his foes 2,440 miles away and appear next to him in a second. Yuachi guy beat him by going twice as fast, so we'll use...
He's likely the strongest Shinigami besides Ichigo due to being the commander of the Zero Division.
that as Ichibei's limit.
With that, we can get the trip's total distance and conclude Ichigo's top speed is 319 million miles.
Because his friends' lives were at stake, Ichigo was traveling as fast as he could.
Miles per hour. That's massively hypersonic, but not quite light speed.
Still, there's a difference between travel speed and reaction speed, as Naruto's already shown. Comparing them directly, Ichigo's best reaction should clock in at around 970 million miles per hour, 40% faster than light speed and Naruto's reaction time. Alright, point for Ichigo.
Speed alone wasn't enough, though, especially since Naruto's Sage powers gave him superb field awareness, making it difficult for Ichigo to land a fatal blow.
If he could even land something fatal at all.
Ichigo has always had a tough time damaging foes who have stronger spiritual energy than him. With that said, let's compare his Reiatsu to Naruto's chakra.
Bad news is, across both of them, the only multiplier we know for sure is Ichigo's ×10 Bankai. The ×10 is difficult to achieve, but for Ichigo's sake, let's assume he gets the maximum possible boost from every transformation.
His other forms likely don't boost his stats this much. For example, when he used his Hollow Mask to barely overpower an Arankar, the situation and its results were similar to his then comparable Shinigami friends releasing their limiters, which gave each of them a boost.
The early fights with Renji implied Shikai is 5 times as well. Ichigo Shikai matched Renji's limiter release.
Of ×5.
Oh my god, another ad.
Last question of this interview, Mr. Desos.
Skip.
However, let's give the benefit of the doubt and apply the maximum times 10 increase.
Fullbringer dismissed as undoubtedly weaker than in prior forms. Baste Lorde dismissed as merged hollow uses the exact same power. Final Getsu Tenso dismissed as it is an attack and not a form, okay?
To all of Ichigo's forms that clearly increased his fighting potential, as well as stack them.
Stacking later forms with previous ones despite having little prior connection also negates the limits Quincy Zangetsu placed on Ichigo for most of his Shimigami career.
Even though many forms were in separate unconnected power sets.
For the sake of argument, we're deliberately...
Yawak alluded that the true Shikai equals Dangai, but that is debatable. Stacking them all together may overcompensate, but it ensures that nothing is left out of the equation.
Overestimating Ichigo's power. You'll see why.
So here's our formula, but where do we start?
A maximum times 10 increase requires training, so this aggregates gains achieved through series. What?
Okay, Bankai Ichigo with his Hollow Mask was on par with Ukiyora's first transformation, correct?
Well, nearly.
Ukiora states his new form can destroy the city of Las Noches in the hollow world of Hueco Mundo.
Specifically, he notes the act of transforming will destroy it due to his boosted Rietsu.
Is that like Mexican hell?
Well, there is a wall.
Ha-ha!
Las Noches is square in shape and takes 3 days to walk from one corner to a gate in the center of the wall. So it has a total area of 200,000 square miles.
That's bigger than California, and destroying it in one go needs over 400,000 megatons of TNT.
So plug that into the formula and there you have it. Ichigo's Reiatsu is equal to over 440 billion megatons of TNT.
57,000 times larger than the entire world's nuclear arsenal combined. Goddamn.
Thankfully, Naruto's chakra level is much easier to figure out.
His chakra was once extracted and burst a hole through the hollow moon. He survived the explosion, and it was explicitly said that this was nearly all of his chakra.
Most of his chakra has been siphoned off.
By measuring the aftermath from both sides, we found the blast to equal at least 480 billion megatons of TNT. 4 billion more than Ichigo.
And don't forget, we were deliberately overestimating him.
Also, this was base form Naruto, not including any increases from additional modes, which allowed him to block an attack that cut the moon in half, a force that had to be over 20.
Assuming similar dimensions to the real moon, the energy needed to split a hollow version would be 115 octillion joules.
27 trillion megatons. This proves Naruto can both output...
Scaling generously, Ichigo's final form at most would be no more than 800 teratons.
And survive a blast stronger than Ichigo is capable of.
If you're thinking, wait, Boomstick, Ichigo survived a black hole in a box. That move doesn't really work like a black hole.
Even at 1/3 of its power, Haru's number 90's essential effect shouldn't change.
Plus, the 814 kiloton Frager blast did hurt him immediately after.
In order to uniform after the blast, when Ichigo loses power, his clothes are torn. No, this isn't quoting a porn parody.
So it must have been weaker than that.
But Wiz, weren't Kaguya and Waka Waka planet busters? Don't they scale to them?
Nope. Kaguya's planet-busting attack required chakra from nearly the entire Earth's population, not just her own. And while Yuwak's power was pretty OP, he couldn't destroy the world through his own destructive capability. He only planned to manipulate the delicate balance between life and death by stopping the flow of souls. Like a plate spinning on a stick. If one side gets too heavy,
well, the victories from these characters were complicated. Naruto and Ichigo did not need to be capable of planet busting.
The whole thing comes crashing down.
To sum it up, Ichigo had the speed, they both had the guts, and Naruto had the strength, durability, training, and abilities for days. Naruto sure got the shonen jump on Ichigo.
The winner is Naruto Uzumaki.
Alrighty, we got one more, guys. Batman Beyond vs. Spider-Man 2099. Now, I've said it on this channel before, I'm a bigger fan of DC than Marvel, but I'm a bigger Spider-Man fan than Batman fan. So I'm going with Spider-Man 2099. This has already been a long one, so let's just get right into it. At least it feels like it's been a long one.
The future. Everyone wants to see it, and why not? It has robots, flying cars, and of course, superheroes.
Yeah, the future still has those, but they're even cooler because of all the sweet gadgets.
Like Terry McGinnis, the Batman Beyond.
And Miguel O'Hara, the Spider-Man from 2099. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Terry McGinnis was your average futuristic high school student.
He went to future raves, complained about future problems, had a future girlfriend, yeah, you know, the usual.
Until one fate...
Self-proclaimed bad kid joined a street gang as a teen and attended juvie for 3 months.
Future problems, had a future girlfriend, yeah, you know, the usual.
Until one fateful day when Terry got into a fight with a group of jokers.
What's he got against comedians?
No, a gang called the Jokers. You know, like the Joker?
Ah, but with a Z, because it's the future.
Well, naturally. After possibly the most dangerous motor...
Full name, Terrence McGinnis. 5'10", 170 pounds. Born in Gotham City. Former gang member. Engaged to Dana Tan. Trained by Bruce Wayne, Kari Tanaga, and Dick Grayson.
Motorcycle chase ever put on television.
Yeah, it's cool, he's got a helmet.
Terry found himself inside an isolated mansion owned by an elderly billionaire named...
Okay, let's
Bruce
choose
Wayne.
character.
But they ruined it with another fucking ad.
I need muscles to fight.
Bruce Wayne. Here, he stumbled upon the most important revelation in his life.
Bruce Wayne is Batman! Oh, what a surprise! Well,
What?
more like he was Batman. He'd retired from crime fighting years ago, because, you know, age is a bitch.
Wait a minute, after decades of secrecy, a punk teenager just happens to stumble into the Batcave? After decades of secrecy,
Years ago. Surprise! Well, more like he
retired after he was forced to use a gun to survive an encounter.
He was Batman. He'd retired from crime fighting years ago, because, you know, age is a bitch.
Wait a minute, after decades of secrecy, a punk teenager just happens to stumble into the Batcave? For crying out loud, if he'd found my secret lair, he'd have been vaporized on the spot.
Yeah! Anyway, Terry's roller coaster of a day still wasn't over. Turns out, his dad got murdered.
Dad?
Bummer. So he did what any emotionally charged teen who wants to avenge their dad would do. He stole the bat suit.
But not the old cape and cowl of yesteryear. This was the latest and most advanced bat suit. Terry McGinnis didn't just become the all-new Batman. He was Batman Beyond.
You ever wonder what would happen if
Enhanced strength, enhanced speed, ballistic protection, flight, cutting laser, 4-arm grappling guns, electroshock system, and cloaking.
Batman got a hold of an Iron Man suit? It's basically that. And damn, he looks friggin' rad.
The Batsuit's nanotechnology greatly enhances his strength and provides several thin yet strong layers of ballistic and environmental protection.
Retractable claws, buzzsaw, belt buckle, extendable spikes, rebreather, environmental hazard resistance, binocular vision, infrared vision, and ultraviolet vision.
And he can fly! He can soar faster than a speeding future car, and he's really nimble in the air. Plus, he can always give his punches and kicks a
Many features were added in response to problematic events. For example, the breather was added after Terry nearly drowned.
literal rocket boost.
The suit sports over 24 other gadgets for combat and espionage. He has a wrist-mounted grappling hook that can...
Goddamn. Batarangs, ensnaring, electrocution, explosion, smoke pellets, explosive pellets, knockout gas pellets, handheld grappling gun, flashbangs, and bullets.
Extend over 50 feet. There's a cloaking device, a lock decoder, finger microphones, climbing claws, an underwater breather, thermal and binocular vision, extendable spikes on his arms, flashbang grenades, triple-weighted bolas, a buzzsaw, and even retractable tweezers.
Splinters are no laughing matter. And don't forget all those sweet, sweet batarangs. These new age ninja stars are even sharper and more compact than before, and they come in a variety of delightful flavors, like explosive, ensnaring, and electrifying. Terry's got a solid throwing arm and can even disarm multiple opponents with a single shot. But if he's feeling a bit lazy, he can always just use his arm launchers to fire batarang discs.
Also, when anyone gets in too close, the whole suit can act like a man-sized taser. The electric shock is strong enough to stun people spliced with animal DNA and short out heavy machinery.
But the tools don't make the man, Batman. Terry's a master martial artist with plenty of training from legends like former Robin Dick Grayson, totally real ninja Kairi Tanaga, and the former Dark Knight himself. Well, once he got over the kid stealing his suit, of course.
Bruce Wayne doesn't just serve as Terry's mentor, he's also a constant source of advice and information on the go through his direct link to the Batsuit from the Batcave.
Good thing, too, since Terry's not exactly the world's greatest detective. At least not compared to the old man.
Oh my god, we just had one.
Bruce is extremely intelligent and an expert.
Alrighty, likely 60 plus years old, 6'2", 210 pounds, developed a new bat suit, master of all known martial arts, decades of experience, Justice League co-founder, and the goddamn Batman.
Analyst. Plus, the Batcave has some very impressive technology. Not only does it host one of the most powerful supercomputers on the planet, it's also completely dependent on its own hydroelectric power supply and isolated network.
Still, I don't care who Bruce used to be. Having an old guy barking orders in your ear sounds annoying. Like your dad's always looking over your shoulder. Or at least I imagine, because I didn't have one.
Well, Terry is Bruce Wayne's secret son.
What?
In an effort to ensure there would always be a Batman, government boogeywoman Amanda Waller had secretly overwritten Warren McGinnis's reproductive DNA with that of Bruce Wayne's.
So like, he was just blasting Wayne babies? It's like all the fun, but you could get out of any child support case. And bonus, I guess Terry's father technically wasn't murdered. Good for him. Also, he's got all the benefits from Bruce's kick-ass genes.
Even before going through combat training, Terry was a skilled fighter, strong enough to send opponents flying with
lifted 215,000 pound boulder, survived giant penny crushing, rescued the Justice League, survived a heavy dose of radiation, faster than a Mach 10 missile, faster than a Mach 19 missile. I don't know why I said 10. I think I said 10. Oh my god, it feels like it's been a long episode, guys. I don't know. Defeated Shriek, Stalker, Superman, Goliath, and the Justice Lords. And ended the Joker threat once and for all. Yeah, I doubt that, but, believe what you want.
a single punch.
In the suit, he's strong enough to lift large I-beams and this giant boulder.
He's even survived getting his leg trapped under Bruce Wayne's trophy penny.
What's so special about a penny?
Just look at it.
Holy colossal currency, Batman!
The penny's diameter is easily 20 feet wide and is frequently dated from the 1940s. This means the penny is likely composed of bronze and weighs around 166 tons.
That's more than enough to...
You can read most of these. They're short, So if the long one comes up, I'll pause, but I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna stop pausing for every single one of them. So it's like in the middle of them talking and shit.
Of bronze and weighs around 166 tons.
That's more than enough to crush all the bones in your foot. But not Terry. He was up and at him like nothing happened. I mean, this guy's tough enough to take a missile to the face and then fall hundreds of stories. And all he got out of it was a couple broken ribs. What's a penny as heavy as 33 monster trucks gonna do?
He's quick enough to dodge gunfire, skilled enough to defeat lizard people and the Justice Lords. In a newer suit, he could fire concussive pulse blasts.
The new Batsuit was a prototype program to prioritize victory at any cost, dangerous in practice, but Terry eventually overcame it.
And even outraced an intercontinental missile, which can reach speeds of up to 15,000 miles per hour. That's over 19 times the speed of sound.
He's still no Bruce Wayne, though. He's kind of a punk and doesn't have the amazing smarts or expertise of Batman Classic.
You don't quite have his magnificent brain, for instance. You do have his heart, though.
Maybe not, but he has accomplished feats equal to his predecessor, like fighting Superman and ending the Joker threat once and for all. Clearly, Terry McGinnis has more than earned the title of Batman.
You're pretty strong for some clown who thinks he's Batman.
I am Batman.
Jesus Christ. Seriously.
So, here's an unfortunate spoiler. The year 2099 kinda sucks.
Plagued by a massive civil war between humans and mutants, the world fell into a dystopian ruin of violence and anarchy. The heroic age had come to an end.
But some people still wanted a sequel.
Enter Miguel O'Hara, a child prodigy turned super genius with
Full name Miguel O'Hara, nickname Mickey. 5'10", 170 pounds. Nouveau York. Self-taught martial artist, married to Sina Kwan, and CEO of Amalgamax.
the penchant for genetic tinkering.
Miguel's skills landed him a job at one of the biggest companies in the world, Alchemax, where he got to work trying to rebuild one of the greatest heroes of all time, Spider-Man.
Specifically, he attempted to replicate the DNA of Peter Parker, the original Spider-Man. But like most of the 21st century superheroes, not much remained of Parker outside of stories and legend. Miguel had to build his experiment from scratch, starting with a single, simple spider.
Unfortunately, Alchemax didn't have the greatest job security. After a lot of bad blood and some spilled blood, Miguel wound up accidentally getting a dose of his own creepy crawly project,
transforming him into the Spider-Man of 2099.
But future Spider-Man isn't
Spinneret web shooters, talent, hands, and feet. Fangs with paralyzing venom, genius intellect, superhuman strength, superhuman speed, extremely sensitive vision, and accelerated healing.
quite the same as your grandpappy's Spidey.
That's right. Apart from the superhuman strength, speed, durability, and improved healing, Miguel's powers are entirely different. Unlike Parker, he can't actually stick to any surface. He can still wall crawl though, using retractable talons on his fingers and toes, which also make for fairly deadly weapons in a fight.
And he's got fangs like a vampire. If he bites you, he can inject a venom that can paralyze your whole body almost instantly. Also, he may not have Petey's trusty spider sense, but his sense of sight, smell, and hearing are superfied. He can hear noises from miles away, see in the dark, and make out far-off and fast-moving objects with ease.
In fact, his senses are so acute, he wears tinted glasses to keep daylight from hurting his eyes.
And like any Spider-Man, he can shoot webs from his hands.
Miguel doesn't need compact web shooter devices on his wrists. He actually has organic spinnerets in his arms, which create and release thick, durable strings of webbing. Because they're natural, these strings are chemically identical to spider silk, with a tensile strength similar to steel.
Ew! Okay, the original Spider-Man always kinda grossed me out, but this guy's powers are disgusting.
I think Miguel would agree with you.
Well, yeah, one day he's just your average dweeb doing sciencey stuff like you, and the next he's got big lumps in his arms which shoot sticky stuff? Who wouldn't be weirded out?
Miguel saw his newfound power as a curse. A blight which turned him into an inhuman freak of nature.
But that didn't stop him from fighting crime, complete with his own Spidey suit.
His original costume was made from unstable molecules, allowing the use of his talons without tearing the fabric. He also wears a web-like cape made of light bite, which lets him glide through the air.
Whoa, light bright! I remember that. Man, do they still have that in the future? And did they find a way to stop you losing those little pegs?
Light bite.
Yeah, whatever. The suit looks pretty cool.
Unstable molecule fabric, conforms to talons, glides via light bite cape, can survive a shot from a howitzer, can fly through beat boosters, infrared vision, spider saucer projectiles, actually a Day of the Dead costume. Yeah, so it's starting to seem like, as much as I want Spider-Man to win, it's starting to seem like Batman's gonna win this.
So I hate to spoil the mood, but it's actually just a run-of-the-mill costume from a Day of the Dead festival. No, really.
Though after meeting the present-day Peter Parker, Miguel received a much-needed upgrade. His new suit contained synthesized unstable molecule fabric mixed with Kevlar, greatly improving his defense.
This suit can survive a shot from a howitzer artillery cannon. A common M777 military howitzer fires 92-pound shells at 2,200 feet per second. That hits with over 100 tons of force.
Miguel's even taken a hit from the Thing, a hit which shattered a tempered glass window and sent Miguel flying over 24 feet.
And the new suit has explosives, hologram projectors, infrared scanning, and it's even got wings and rocket boosters on the feet. Wait, that sounds familiar.
Miguel may be a genius, but he's at his best when he's working with his holographic assistant, Lila, or the Lie-Rate Lifeform Approximation.
She's basically like the future Alexa with a bunch of extra features. She keeps track of Miguel's life signs and surroundings. With Lila's scanners and his super senses, anyone...
Nickname Lila. Wristbound to portability, nanosecond timing capability, 360-degree recording and monitoring, make holograms, superb hacking ability, can compute advanced calculations, and inspired by Marilyn Monroe.
One would have a hard time trying to sneak up on future Spidey.
While Lila was originally built as a home appliance, she can be stored on Miguel's portable communicator. She can act as an onboard lie detector and do advanced calculations to the 20th decimal in a millisecond, which is flippin' amazing.
Fun fact, Lila's appearance was based on Marilyn Monroe.
Not that anybody in 2099 seems to know who Marilyn Monroe was. Okay, seriously, how did they lose so much information in less than 100 years? Remember, kids, always back up your files. It'll prevent the apocalypse.
Well, lucky for them, Miguel got over his emo phase and started setting the future back on track. And he had the skills to do it.
He's quick enough to dodge gunfire, tough enough to take a shotgun blast to the chest, resilient enough to tank electric shocks, and strong enough to rip a 20-ton turret off a tank.
More than that, he helped another Spider-Man keep this giant building piece in place. What even is that?
Likely some sort of antenna, but it also resembles the mooring mast atop the Empire State Building.
Back when everybody thought Zeppelins were the hot new thing, because who doesn't like riding a giant flammable balloon full of explosive gas? Sign me up!
Assuming it's composed of steel and roughly estimating its size compared to the Spider-Man on the roof, then comparing the Empire State Building's mooring mast, this should weigh, at most, 200 tons.
So basically, Miguel's a badass, and he
Ripped apart a tank, survived a shotgun blast to the chest, dismembered Venom 2099, hacked the Alchemax security computer, lifted Mjolnir, held up a building piece with another Spider-Man, defeated Venom, Hulk 2099, the Wizard, and a wannabe Thor.
He proved it in the most epic way possible. After rebuilding the world with Captain America, Miguel inherited the most legendary weapon of them all, Mjolnir.
Although Thor's hammer didn't actually grant him its warrior powers, Miguel...
There are at least 2 Mjolnir hammers in Miguel's world. One was fake and held by a wannabe Thor. The one that Miguel received, however, was the real deal.
Didn't use it as a weapon, but as proof of his authority. A literal symbol of the societal weight he alone could carry. With his dominance asserted, Miguel created the utopian future a person could only dream of.
And you thought Peter Parker was cool. This Spider-Man is at the top.
Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man of the year 2099.
That's me, ready to save the universe and looking good while doing it.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, the future is now!
Oh my god.
Grandpappy.
At least they timed it with an ad. Alright. Here we go. Last fight, guys.
Keep an eye out. I've been seeing some odd reports regarding this part of the city.
Hey, Bozo! I was brooding there. Who the shock are you? Right back at you, Batty. Hey, Lila, get me a reading on this vampire guy, yeah?
Of course, Miguel. I can't identify his tech or fighting style, but I can try hacking his suit.
These two comfortable in the air. Try a different approach. Get to ground level.
I can't move! Damn, that hurt.
Something's trying to hack your suit. Our new friend, no doubt.
How's the hack going?
Nowhere fast.
Get in close and finish this quick.
No problem. Can my fangs pierce his suit?
I think so.
Then I'll finish this myself.
Nope, you're about to die.
Lila! Lila! And problem solved.
I guess that's one way to do it.
KO! I'll never get tired of seeing people blow up. It's always such a blast.
Thanks to Bruce's counsel, Terry used his flashbang to take advantage of Miguel's sensitive eyesight, and his electric shock that can short out large machinery to deal with Lila.
Yeah, unlike Bruce, the poor girl wasn't really built for combat. And while her hacking skills were top-notch, the isolated Batcave had the defenses to hold her off.
Even still, Terry's stats edged out Miguel's in more ways than one.
When it came to maneuverability and durability, they were mostly even. Both could dodge bullets and weave through the air. Both could survive heavy ballistic hits. But unlike Terry, Miguel's never outraced anything faster than a Mach 19 ballistic missile.
For physical strength, Terry had him beat too. Recall that boulder that he lifted underwater. This took place in Superman's Fortress of Solitude near the Arctic, so the boulder was likely composed of sedimentary dark limestone, the most common rock type around that location. So we compared Terry's height to the boulder, applied the density for limestone, and subtracted the weight reduced by underwater buoyancy, to find the boulder's weight to be 192 tons.
And he tossed it aside like it was nothing. Terry's peak strength in the Batsuit has to be more than 200 tons.
Assuming Miguel applied his fair share when holding up that antenna, his best strength feat we know of is at max 100 tons.
But he's a Spider-Man. Spider-Man can lift more than that, right?
Not usually. Technically, Miguel's powers are so different from Peter's that we shouldn't really scale him to other Spider-Men. But for the benefit of the doubt, let's do it anyway.
We'll check out two of Spider-Man's most impressive strength feats. The first is the time he braced a private jet while it was landing.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's literally the landing gear.
According to Spider-Man himself, the plane's total weight was at most 115,000 pounds. Adding the thrust from a Whittle W1 engine, which this small jet is most likely to have an engine comparable to, this feat comes out to 58 tons.
Not even close to Terry's 200. Then there was this one time where Spidey had to push way past his limits to lift what he offhandedly compared to as a locomotive. Since he could measure the plane, it's likely he's accurate here, but given the time period, that's still only 130 tons at most.
It's clear Terry had a pretty sizable physical advantage. And just because Terry's mind wasn't as fine-tuned as the original Batman's, didn't mean he's dumb.
Even more, Miguel never trained like Terry did. Hell, he never really had much formal training at all. But Terry was trained by ninjas, stealth artists, and other crime fighters to be a master in the battlefield. And since Miguel didn't have a spider sense, Terry just had to wait until the untrained future Spidey left an opening.
In short, while Miguel wasn't completely outmatched, Terry's superior strength, counseling, equipment, and training won the bout.
Turns out this Batman was beyond him.
The winner is Batman Beyond.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I thought was gonna happen. When I started hearing about him and how he didn't have like the same sort of powers as Spider-Man, I was like, yeah, this isn't gonna go like Batman versus Spider-Man did. So, you know, pretty much how I expected it to go. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this time, guys. Tune in next time. Oh shit, we're gonna start off with a good one next time. Sephiroth versus Virgil. Yeah, like, subscribe, give Death Battle their love. And that's gonna be it from me. Peace out, guys. Oh, and sorry, before I leave. Sorry if I seem a little tired near the end. I'm on some new medication. Won't go into it. Not your guys' business. You guys don't want to hear about it. And someone interrupted me filming earlier. So I had to... Or recording, I guess. I don't really film, but recording earlier. So that kind of, screwed things up. Yeah, so peace out, guys. See you next time.